It's nice to be with you all this evening. I'm fresh back from our forest hiking retreat that we did over the weekend, where we had 14 of us in the forest. We hiked about 8 miles into the forest, and we did a series of meditations and different rituals around the trees and in nature and in the ravine and around a lake and around a fire, and had such a wonderful experience. So I wanted to have this evening's meditation be around spirit and nature, and around the ability that we have to use our minds, our memories, to go back and to be in these euphoric states of consciousness and these places again, to use our mind. Yogananda said that we misuse our memories, and we use it to recall things that we don't enjoy, and we just torment ourselves with our minds and our memory. But we can actually use our memories to go back to times when we were in nature. And so we're going to be practicing some meditation and visualization and using our memories to invite ourselves to return to those states of consciousness and learn how to feel the true joy that exists within. So I'd like to just open our time here with a prayer to invite the great masters and spirit to be here with us during this time. So welcome, everyone. I'm really happy to be here with you tonight. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, dearest friend, beloved God, great masters of self-realization, great saints and sages of all traditions, humbly, lovingly, we invoke your presence and bow before you all. Divine Mother, awaken your love in us, then teach us to awaken that love in all. O Lord of joy, fill us with boundless happiness, for we are thy children, made in thy blissful image. As thou art joy, so also are we in our inner selves, our joy also. Om, peace. Amen. Yogananda said in one of his books of poetry, he said, "A humble magnet call, a whisper by the brook, on grassy altar small, there I have my nook." And he was talking about the ability to summon God, to really see God and to hear God. He said that sometimes it's very difficult in these lofty temples or churches or these gatherings where there is so much energy and a lot of pride and that goes into crafting these enormous buildings, and sometimes just a small grassy altar, a whisper by the brook, a grassy altar small, there I have my nook. That sometimes in nature it's so much easier to commune with the divine. We really found that out this weekend, hiking in the forest, how much more easy it is to go into the inner world and to feel the presence of the divine when we're out in nature. So I wanted to really rekindle that vibration. Perhaps there are some of you who are at the forest retreat that are joining us here tonight. So we can recall that, or any time that, think of a time where you spent some time in nature, where you really can remember a time that you had a wonderful experience, and we're going to be recalling those moments. Yogananda also said, "Perceive God in all that is good and true, in every person, in nature, in creation." He said that nature is the mirror of God. In its beauty, behold the reflection of his infinite love. And that's the beautiful thing with meditation, is that we're learning to be able to have awareness and to direct our mind toward good things. And he would say to never count your faults. Really, the most important thing is to always just have our mind on the divine. That is the most important thing. Even when we mess up, even when things aren't going our way, the best thing that we can do is just to always go inward and keep our minds ever turning on God. And this is the true happiness that we're seeking, so that we can, he says, there's an affirmation that he says that through life's mightiest storms I am contented, for I hold in my heart God's peace. And so if we can always just hold in our heart God's peace, that calmness, even if we're in an unpeaceful world, no matter what is going on in this world around us, he said this life is a movie. And of course, in a movie, there is going to be rich people, there's going to be poor people, there's going to be healthy people, there's going to be sick people. And he said that life with God is a nest of fun. And without God, it is a disaster. It's a nightmare. So we're asking to have a beautiful dream. And the way to do that is to keep our minds ever turning on God. So seeking the divine within in meditation, and then as often and all day long, keeping our minds on God. Anytime that we feel agitated, anxious, fearful, upset at ourselves, upset at someone else, the thing to do is to go inward and to seek the divine, to ask the divine to help us, to make us better, to help us through situations, to stay calm and look for guidance, because our higher self is always there to guide us, always looking to give us clues, to put synchronistic events in front of us. So when we're calm, we can make those good decisions and we can notice those things. In his book, The Sky and the Earth Touched Me, Joseph Cornell writes, during magic encounters with nature, one is like a cell fed by osmosis, absorbing the intimate environment, absorbing the immediate environment. During osmosis, a cell not only receives from its environment, but gives something itself in return, gives something of itself in return. In the case of human beings, we give back joy of communication and gratitude. Through communion with nature, we learn to love. Through love, we begin to feel ourselves connected to everything around us. Our actions toward others become more caring because we understand that when harming another, we are harming ourselves. Some of the wisdom that comes through when we're in nature. And so I'd like to do a meditation here together now with all of you, a visualization. So if you can join me, let's sit with our backs in a straight line, our head parallel to the floor. Our palms are upturned at the junction of the legs and the torso. And let's begin by relaxing and releasing any tension in the body. We're going to take a short and long double inhalation. We're going to tense all the muscles in low, medium, high tension. And then we're going to exhale, relax, release, and feel, letting go of all the tensions, all the cares and worries, all of the news that's bombarding us, all of these things. It's all just God's movie. All we ask is that it be a beautiful dream. And when we keep our mind on God, this life can be beautiful no matter what is going on in the world around us. It's all a story, so we just trust that God will take care of us as long as we continue to just stay focused and keep our minds on God and the Divine Mother. So as we sit with our eyes closed, our backs in a straight line, head parallel to the floor, let's take in a normal deep inhalation, breathing in and all the way out. And now double inhale and tense. Inhale, low, medium, high tension in all the muscles, and exhale. Relax, release, feel. Again, inhale and tense. Low, medium, high, vibrating with willingness, and exhale. Relax, release, feel. Last round, inhale and tense. Low, medium, high, just a bit higher, vibrating with energy, and exhale. Relax, release, feel, letting go of all the tension. letting go of all the cares and worries. And now let us begin to explore this gift of our memory by recalling a time when you were in nature, a moment where you felt a special joy. Bringing that moment into your awareness, transport yourself back into this place and time. Allow all of your senses to be awakened. Can you see the canopy of trees in the forest? The blue skies? Or perhaps the glowing moon reflected in a peaceful lake? Can you hear the call of birds in the forest? The leaves ruffling in the breeze? Perhaps the sound of a river or a crackling fire? Noticing the smells, the fresh air on your skin. Take a moment to re-experience the beauty of this environment and feel the euphoria once again. Noticing all of the textures, all of the sounds, listening, experiencing. And now, remove from this moment all sense of excitement or restlessness. Yogananda taught that nature is the mirror of God. In its beauty, behold the reflection of His infinite love. And now, remove from it also all sense of cause. Don't associate this feeling with what was happening at the time. Let your memory of joy exist as a pure reality in itself. Feel that joy in its pure essence, without your body, without thoughts or moods, without personality or desires. Nothing except your own essence, which has no cause, which is infinite, eternal, and untouched by the dream realities of this life. Hold on to this feeling in your heart and let it fill your entire being, permeating every fiber. Allow yourself to feel joyful and free. And now uplift your gaze to the point between the eyebrows. And take in a deep breath as if you were breathing in through your heart. Breathing in. Hold the breath. Feel a swirling, glowing ball of light energy in the heart center. And now allow that door of the heart center to automatically open. And that light moves up from the heart center up into the throat. Feeling that light in the throat center, the throat chakra. That doorway in the throat automatically opens and that light moves up to the base of the brain. Feel it in the base of the brain. That doorway opens as that light moves through the brain to the point between the eyebrows. 3 exhales from that point. Our gaze is laser focused. We're breathing normally, laser focused at the point between the eyebrows, which Yogananda tells us is like a spiritual broadcasting station that allows us to broadcast our sacred demands to the infinite. And this is the way that our small self communes with our higher self. And one of the most sweet and approachable ways to connect with the infinite is to see the divine as our divine mother who loves us, who's never judging us, who is always so happy that we're paying attention to her. She knows you, she can feel you. So with your gaze uplifted at the point between the eyebrows, begin to feel a vibration, a sensation. Begin to feel that vibration in the heart center. Whatever you can feel right now in the heart center. And now begin to feel that that heart center is like a lotus bud. And that lotus bud is opening its petals wide and turning upwards to receive the light of the sun that is now pouring into that heart center lotus flower. And that light is growing brighter and so bright that the edges of our body are now blurring with the infinite light and space all around us. And Yogananda tells us that God's body is space, and that if we want to feel God, then we should feel the infinite space within our bodies and the infinite space all around us. Feel that space. Allow your consciousness to soar up and left and right and all around. Just allowing your consciousness to expand and flow and float and to soar. And begin to notice that this feeling in the heart center has now a divine quality that is pouring in. And that quality that we feel is joy. Feel that joy in the heart center. Feel that light in the heart center, brighter and brighter, filling our bodies with light, the light of joy. In India, the word for God is Sat Chit Ananda, which Yogananda describes as ever conscious, ever existing, ever new bliss. And this is what we really are, beyond the body, mind, and senses. And this bliss is always flowing to us. But it is we, by our love, who must complete the circuit, and thereby generating the magnetism that can draw to ourselves the very consciousness of infinity. So feeling this joy in the heart, rekindling that joy that we felt out in nature, and recognizing that this joy, this feeling, is always here with us. We actually don't need a cause. We don't need a beautiful scenery to be able to feel this, that it is always ours. We can open our hearts and ask the divine to connect with us and to fill us with this joy. Swami Kriyananda tells us that love is bliss in motion. And we can share this bliss. Whenever we feel bliss, whenever we invoke and feel this bliss, we can call to mind loved ones that we can share this energy with. So just take a moment now to bring into your mind someone that you would like to share this energy with, this blissful healing energy. Perhaps you know someone in need of physical healing, or perhaps mental healing, or spiritual healing, lost connection with spirit and feeling the depression that comes. Bring that loved one into your mind's eye now, seeing them at the point between the eyebrows. Create a state for them where they are happy and free. See them smiling back at you. See them in a state where they have overcome suffering, and say their name mentally as you see them smiling at you. See them happy and free, knowing that they wouldn't trade this challenge for anything in the world because of how much they've learned and grown. They're recognizing that everything that comes is a blessing in disguise. Every challenge helps us to grow and evolve our souls. Now, joining with our loved ones, joining together, let us expand this light, this joy, this loving vibration, this healing light. See this light expanding out from your heart center. It's filled the room that you're in. This light is expanded out from the room into the building or the house that you're in. This light is expanded out from the building into the streets, into the neighborhood, into the city, into the state or province that you're in. Healing, diamond light expanding. See this light expanding now and enveloping the entire country that you're in. See this light bringing calmness to all those who are in need, all those who have suffered from natural disasters or wars, challenges. See this light pouring over them and into their hearts. All those that are calling out for prayers to the divine. See this light expanding now and covering the oceans and lighting up the waters with blue light. Is now nourishing the sea creatures and the reefs and the waters. And now all countries on this planet are bathed in this light. All those with receptive hearts are feeling nourished by this light. See anywhere on this planet where someone is in pain or afraid or lonely, depressed, hungry or thirsty. See this light pouring over them and into their hearts and filling them with calmness. Feeling this planet heal, feeling this planet become more peaceful, more wise as the wisdom of the divine fills the minds of those with open hearts now in this moment. Joining together with all of our brothers and sisters as warriors of light around the globe. See this light wrapping around Mother Earth as she floats in space. Iridescent rainbow light swirling around her as it purifies the air. This light is nourishing the air and the ozone, nourishing the water, the trees, the grasses, the plants, the animals. Every creature, every atom is being bathed in this light as we allow Mother Earth to heal. Feel yourself healing as we are all part of Mother Earth. Enjoying this feeling. And now, with our palms together in front of our hearts, Let us repeat this prayer with our Divine Mother out loud after me, and then we're going to rub our hands together, and we're going to generate a warm magnetic energy in the palms, and then we're going to raise our palms and chant Om 3 times as we allow this light that has filled our heart and our body to go out through our arms, out through our palms, to fill this world and this universe with light. So repeating after me, Divine Mother, Thou art omnipresent. Thou art in all thy children. Manifest thy healing presence in all bodies, all minds, and all souls. Rubbing the palms together, feeling this warm magnetic energy in the palms, taking in a deep breath, palms up. Om. Peace. Amen. Joy to you, friends. Carry this fresh vibration with you to everyone that you come into contact with. You can share this vibration even with those who aren't even in the same zip code. It's a beautiful thing, even in any time on this planet Earth. I know this world can get a little freaky at times. We can always go inward. We can always find the inner calmness. And when we do that, we're guided. And everything that comes to us in this life, Yogananda teaches, and we are learning more and more. And the more we affirm it, the more we feel it and live it, is that everything is a blessing. This life is a movie, he said. And I believe that if he were teaching today, he would say that this life is like a video game, a massive multiplayer online virtual reality video game. And in video games, there is always a solution to the problems. All of the puzzles that arise, all of the challenges that come. We can be like the heroes in the story, and we can say yes to life, never being afraid. This is what the great saints teach us, is that we can live our lives with even-minded cheerfulness, no matter what is going on in the world around us. And when we do that, we magnetically find others who are also playing the game in this way. We can encourage one another, and we can see every challenge as an adventure in our lives. So blessings to all of you. Carry this light with you to everyone that you come into contact with. And next week, I am planning to begin something new here on Tuesday nights. I was thinking about beginning to record live podcasts and using this time to just record shorter live podcasts on different themes, opening with like a short visualization or a short practice, and then moving into just recording weekly podcasts. I think this is a great time for that, so we can just continue to check in. And I like to just put out positive energy for people that want to find it online. I know that's what I'm always looking for, and I just want to be around other people that also want to tune into positive energy and to continue our mission, to continue creating, to continue making this world a more beautiful place. Because the more turmoil, the more chaos that's going on in the world around us, the art always gets better. The music always gets better. The paintings, the writing, all of it always gets better. It's up to artists to change the world, not politicians. And it's not up to wars and taking over others. It's really about the way that we can make each other feel, and that we can really bring blessings to this world. And these are very interesting times. It's going to be, no doubt, a interesting movie, I guess, to say the least. While we would probably prefer to live in more boring times, we are here in very interesting times. So we're all brave souls that have come here during this time, and we're here to lift each other up. So I just want to make this a weekly place where you can come and find some good positive energy for the week, and that we can keep inspiring each other. Kind of moving around here on the chat. I see we've got a few in here. I'm kind of learning how to go back and forth and see that. Yeah, see we got Alaska Queen and Marielle. Good to see you. Yeah, I see that. Earth was reminding you that she's not sick, that people are sick. Yeah, indeed. And that's the way that it can be, is that really, like in just the way also, it's just different ways to look at things, that we are all part of the earth, and we can heal the earth with our own energy, with our own vibration. And the more that we uplift ourselves, the more that this earth is also healed by that and nourished by our medicine. So blessings to everyone, and I hope to see you again next week here at Tuesday, and I will see you again next time. Joy to you, friends. Blessings.